From the heart of Wayne County, this is Wayne Goldsboro Television, Goldsboro, North Carolina.
Today is Thursday. It's March 23rd, 2017. And this is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley. Pat's on assignment. She'll be back tomorrow. Now, what's going on in the Wayne County area? Well, the weather's all over the place. It's a roller coaster again. It's hot, it's cold, it's rainy, it's wet, it's dry, it's snow, it's ice, it's pretty, it's ugly, it's all over the place. So who knows? All right, so just make the most of it. Coming up, for those who enjoy magic or who enjoy illusions, there's a magician coming to town. His name is Joshua Lotsoff. The name of his program, his show at the Paramount Theater, is Life is Magic. This is tomorrow at 7:30, tomorrow evening at the Paramount. His magic combines amazing illusions with mental feats that explore the possibilities of the human mind. He presents a fun, mind-boggling performance that leaves audiences laughing and full of amazement. Joshua's show combines his love for the art of magic and his fascination with psychology, intuition, and other inner workings of the mind. In one moment, he magically solves a Rubik's Cube just by tossing it in the air, and in the next moment, he predicts a volunteer's thoughts and choices even before she knows them herself. Interesting. Anyway, that's tomorrow night at the Paramount Theater. Tickets for Joshua Lotsoff, Life is Magic, are $18, $10 for children 12 and under, and they're available at the Paramount Theater, or you can go online to GoldsboroParamount.com. GoldsboroParamount.com. Okay? All right. Don't forget tomorrow, not tomorrow, but day after tomorrow, Saturday, March 25th, the Aggie Baller Classic. The Jerry Johnson Aggie Baller Classic. This is a fundraiser for scholarships. North Carolina A&T State University Gold Wayne Alumni Chapter sponsoring this. Tickets are $10 for ages 12 and older, ages 3 to 11, $5, and it's at the W.A. Foster Recreation Center. And that's at 1012 South John Street, that new recreation center there, that beautiful place. They have a beautiful gymnasium, and if you've seen the video that we shot with Jerry Johnson, you could see the gymnasium there. It's a beautiful place. Anyway, that's coming up this Saturday, beginning at 9 a.m. 8 teams will vie for the championship. It's a scholarship tournament, the Aggie Baller Classic. They've been doing this for years, and it's this Saturday at W.A. Foster Recreation Center. All right. What else is going on? Everything. Yeah, including March 31st, the big Have a Heart for Kids event that's sponsored or benefiting communities in schools. And if you want to go to this thing, the tickets are really inexpensive for what you get, $40 a person, and you can save by going as a couple, $70. Sparkles and spirits, hors d'oeuvres, entertainment, a silent auction, and a raffle. Communities in schools will benefit from this. And you may mail your checks, if you like, to 308 North William Street, Communities in Schools. Or you can email for information to sbennett@ciswayne.org for more information. All right, that works. Anyway, the Have a Heart for Kids is coming up on March 31st at the Terrace Room, the beautiful Terrace Room, downtown Goldsboro. All righty, don't forget the Pickle Festival on April 28th and 29th. We have about a month, a little over a month to get ready for that thing now. So you may want to go ahead and mark your spot down in Mount Olive, because this is going to be a crowd. It's going to be a big party is what it's going to be. And it's always a lot of fun. You will not want to miss this one. The theme for this year's Pickle Festival is Game of Gherkin. Yeah, Game of Gherkins. That's coming up April 29th, evening of the 28th, and all day on the 29th. It's a Friday and Saturday at Mount Olive, North Carolina. Oh boy, lots of fun. We'll tell you more about it. In fact, we'll get Julie back in here to talk more about it. Julie Beck. Yeah. We have, you know, earlier this month we had to postpone the Ag Day that's held each year at Odom Farms out on Claridge Nursery Road. That's where J.R. and Emily Odom opened their farm up to school youngsters, second graders, I believe, to come out there and tour the farm to see how things are done on a farm. It's great, but also, in addition to the school children, everybody's invited to come out there. It's free of charge. You just go and enjoy the animals and enjoy the FHA students explaining how things are done, how food on our table, from where it comes and how it's grown and how it gets from the table, from the farm to your table. Anyway, it's a great program, and it goes from, I believe, from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. So you've got plenty of time to go and enjoy and have a good time. Anyway, this will be on March 30th. Now, it's been rescheduled. March 30th is the date on this. That's next week. Okay, next Thursday, I believe it is. Okay? That's a lot of fun. We'll be out there. Pat and I'll go out there and do some videotaping and talk to some folks. All right. And don't forget, that Saturday week, will be the Fremont Daffodil Festival. That's going to be coming up. Fremont Daffodil Festival with tons of fun, a whole lot of fun. It starts at 11 a.m., the Fremont Daffodil Festival. They've got all kinds of food. They've got entertainment, including the Embers. Yeah, rock and roll, baby. It says here you can enjoy some of the best darn barbecue in the world. Yeah. Or you can stop by the Capitol Cafe for a couple of WT's world-famous hot dogs. Now, they are good. Or you can try some grilled turkey legs or funnel cakes or ice cream or lemonade or salted peanuts or just about any other diet-busting tasty treat you can imagine. Whew. Hey, that does sound good, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, then you dance off some of those calories to the music of the Embers, and all the while you can shop for an assortment of handmade crafts and gifts and stop in to check out the historical displays at the Fremont Heritage Museum. That's fun. And then finally, take in the entertainment or compete in the Daffodil Cornhole Tournament while the kids enjoy the Children's Alley. No relation. Children's Alley. Anyway, that's coming up on April 1st. That's a Saturday in Fremont. To get there, you start out in Los Angeles and take 40 east. And you make a couple of turns and you're there. Boom, boom. Okay. Also, coming up, the Vietnam veterans, a salute to Vietnam veterans. We're going to honor Vietnam veterans on March 29th, and that will be across the street from the courthouse here at the Veterans Memorial Park at the corner of William and Walnut Street. Corner of William and Walnut. The Vietnam Veterans Day will be March 29th at 10:30 at the memorial, the Veterans Memorial Park, and then at 11:30, everybody's going to go across the street to the Wayne County Museum for refreshments. And you can go online to get more information about this. Go to facebook.com, WCVPC, Wayne County Veterans Patriots Coalition. VPC, Wayne County, WCVPC. Okay, that's it. All right, let's do this. We're going to go to our interview. Coming up, we've got Bert Lewis from the University of Mount Olive. And then right after that, we're going to hear from a couple of folks going to tell us about why Mama won't fly. Yeah, and that's up next. That's up next on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Today we're joined by Bert Lewis, and Mr. Lewis is Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences at the University of Mount Olive.
Correct.
Sir,
it's good to see you.
it's good to see you as well. How you been?
Well, I've been good. I've been busy.
Oh, well, I know you have. You're always busy.
Well, you are too. I hear you're out and about a lot.
Yeah, we stay busy and we are about a lot. But man, the School of Arts and Sciences, that's a special school that's dear to many.
Well,
Tell me about it.
it is dear to many. We have a lot of departments and a lot of folks, faculty doing a lot of good things with music events. We've got some lectures coming up. We've got all kinds of good things happening down at the university. Let me give you my list.
Go ahead. Give me
Okay.
the list. What's on the list?
Starting Thursday, March 30th, we have our Braswell Lecture. Now, our Braswell Lecture is sponsored by Jesse Dale and Walter Vernon Braswell. It's from our Department of Education.
Okay.
We have Lynn Lozier, I believe that's the proper spelling, who's a statewide consultant for specific learning disabilities and ADHD with the North Carolina Department of Public Instruction. She's coming to talk about how we can meet the needs of all students. So I'm excited about that lecture, and that's Thursday, March 30th at 7:30.
Well, and where's that going to be?
Southern Bank Auditorium.
Okay. That's great.
We're excited about that. We're excited about having Lynn come down, talk about that, and then, you know, at the university, we like to keep the student at the front and center of all of our conversations.
Oh, sure.
And I think this is certainly something that plays right into that.
Yes.
Now, on Saturday,
And that's the 30th, right?
Thursday, March 30th.
Thursday, March 30th. Okay, I got it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, Saturday, April 1st,
Okay.
we have a Free Spirits spring concert. Now, Free Spirit is a group.
yeah.
They sing primarily gospel music.
Right.
They're led by Alan Armstrong. This is their 21st year. That should be one outstanding concert. Should be a mix of contemporary gospel and Southern gospel tunes. And I understand they're going to do a little bit of a cappella
Oh, really?
Christian
I love
music.
that.
So
Love that.
join us. That's also at 7:30 p.m., but that's Assembly Hall.
And Assembly Hall.
Assembly Hall.
They were here
Hazen-
last year, weren't they?
Well, they're a university group.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, of course they were here last year. then.
yeah, they go out and do some, but this is their spring concert. Typically, all of our groups do a spring concert,
Okay.
and they're the first on the list. And 7:30, Saturday, April 1st.
In Assembly Hall.
Yeah, all of these events are free, by the way.
And it makes it even that much more attractive.
It is.
Yes, indeedy.
Now, for many of our alumni of the University of Mount Olive or
Right.
Mount Olive College, they'll remember a former science professor by the name of Laurel F. Martin. She spent many, many years at the university. Well, Dr. Lee Glover sponsors an annual tribute, and it's the Laurel F. Martin Lecture. And we're hosting the Martin Lecture Tuesday, April 4th at 7:30 in the evening, also in Southern Bank Auditorium.
Okay.
And this is our 25th version of it, so it's a special one.
Wow.
Our guest speaker is Dr. Shannon Carson. He's a professor of medicine and division chief of pulmonary diseases and critical care medicine at the University of North Carolina.
Wow.
So we are looking forward to him coming to talk to us and talk about his work, talk about what he is involved in, talk to a number of our science students, talk about he's been involved in some of the mechanical ventilation and critical care issues. We think it'd be an outstanding conversation.
It sounds like it will be. That's fascinating. Very impressive.
Our contact, you may certainly call my office, which is the Dean's office in the School of Arts and Science, or you can call our department chair in science, Dr. Jason Peiske.
Wow. That's such an important issue right now because health is an issue. Even people who were not that concerned about it just in recent years, now all of a sudden people are turning around saying, you know, I'm getting older, I better start taking care of myself. And pulmonary diseases is so important now.
It's
So much more important.
so much more important. There's so much research, so much change.
Exactly.
And I'm hoping to get an insight as to maybe what some things are coming. He's certainly in a place where he would be on the cutting edge.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so we feel very fortunate that we're able to get him to come, in particular on our 25th
Yes.
version of this lecture. I think Professor Martin would be very, very pleased with this particular
Sure
person
she
coming
would.
back.
That's great.
So
And that's, again, the date on that is?
that one is Tuesday, April 4th
Okay.
at 7:30 in the evening, Southern Bank Auditorium. I think all of these events are free.
Mhm.
And we got a couple things coming pretty quickly. It's 3 events within about 5 days that are
Yeah.
going to be really, really good.
So you just go pitch a tent on the campus and get ready to attend the next one.
Pitch a tent. Cafeteria is generally open.
That's
You
it.
can walk on in. But yeah, something along those lines.
Right.
But you know, we got something something for everybody. We got someone coming, Ms. Lozier, who's coming to speak on how to meet the needs of all students.
All right.
Then Free Spirit will provide us with every time I see them perform, they're just so very good and very talented, always on key. And if you love gospel music, they do such a wonderful job of it.
That's great.
And then you learn something about healthcare.
Healthcare, particularly in the area of pulmonary science, but the singing group, the Free Spirit, I love a cappella harmony anyway.
Well, and I think they're going to do a little bit. I don't know how much.
Yeah.
I did not get you would think as Dean of the School of Arts and Science, they give you a little heads up.
Yeah, but you're always the last one to know, right?
I'll find out that evening. I'm not worried because Dr. Armstrong always does a tremendous job
he
with this
sure
group.
does.
And this group will be outstanding.
That's great.
So,
All right. Is this information available on the school's website?
it is available on the school's website. You can go to www.umo.edu. You should be able to find that information.
All right.
There's also some nice little articles that pop right up when you come to the page. There should be an
Oh,
article
good.
on each of these. We should give you a little bit more background information about each of the lectures and the Free Spirit concert coming up. A little bit further out, we do have a musical theater showcase on Friday, April 7th also, and that'll be presented by the Department of Music. And it'll have include things that are classical to Broadway music, and
Oh, wow.
it'll be a fun evening.
That
So
sounds like fun.
if don't forget that one. That certainly, I don't want to leave that one out of the mix.
No.
But you know, we have a couple music events. We have a couple lectures coming up. Spring for us is a busy time of the year.
Yeah.
We are a lot of our departments are doing a lot of good things. It gets our students involved, but we want as many of folks in the public and from the community to come out. We think it's a good opportunity for them to come out and experience what's going on at the university.
Oh, that's great. But now the last one you mentioned is April 7th, I believe you said.
Friday, April 7th,
That's great.
7:30 p.m.
That's going to be a great show.
Yep. The key piece on this is if you forget the time, everything's at 7:30.
Oh, well, that's easy. All right, now that's pretty smart to come up with that. Who did that? Did you
Well,
do that?
I wish I could
Yeah.
claim that, but I can't.
Okay.
So,
All right.
But everything's at 7:30, so it'll be fun.
That is great. All right, University of Mount Olive is in Mount Olive.
It is in Mount Olive. You can't miss
Thought
it.
I'd mention that.
Yeah, it is in Mount Olive, and you know, Southern Bank Auditorium's in Raper Hall.
Right.
Hazel Waters Carnegie Assembly Hall is down where the old Mount Olive School is.
Exactly.
It should be easy to find, but if you have trouble, call our office at 919-635-2787, or you may email me at blewis@umo.edu.
Wow, you got all that information. That's great.
Well,
Bert, thank you so much for being here today.
thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. Bert Lewis is the Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences at the University of Mount Olive in Mount Olive, North Carolina. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Take care.
Today we're at the Paramount Theater, downtown Goldsboro, the beautiful downtown Goldsboro Paramount Theater. That's where we are. Yeah, we're here with Sue Nobers. Hey, Sue.
Hey.
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 Sue Nobers. Hey. Sue Nobers is here. Craig Millard.
Whoa.
Hey. Whoa. All right, that's enough. Let's go home. No, wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Whoa. All right, got a play coming up here, and the play. What's the name of the play?
Mama Won't Fly.
Mama Won't Fly.
She will not.
She will not. All right, now Sue, what's it all about?
It's about a Southern family, mother, daughter, son, and a family wedding. The wedding's in California, but they're in Alabama.
Ah.
And so we've got to get from point A to point B in a vehicle that's as old as dirt.
In 4 days.
In 4 days.
In 4 days.
Yes.
Alabama to California.
To California.
In 4 days in a
Uh-huh.
In a beat-up Buick.
Beat up Buick.
In a beat up old Buick.
Okay, so Craig, what's the problem?
The
It
problem
was
is
a beat-up
Mama
Buick.
won't fly.
Mama won't fly. Oh, Mama won't fly.
That's the reason why the whole change is that she decided she's not going to fly. They were going to go across country in her Buick, and that's how she's going to do it. And so Savannah, the daughter, has like, okay, fine, we're going to do this, but we have to get there because I promised Walker we'd be there, the brother. And but the things that happen in between Alabama, in California, getting there is where all the, the comedy comes in.
That's where the play.
Right.
All right.
Where anything that can go wrong will.
So is this strictly a comedy? Is there music involved?
Yes.
Comedy.
Is there
Very much a comedy.
Very much comedy. Does anybody sing?
Well,
I
there is some singing in there, but I wouldn't know if you would define it as singing. But
So it is a comedy.
It is a comedy.
Okay. So this play's been around a little while.
It's actually one. Jamie, Jesse, and Nicholas. Jamie, Jesse, Nicholas wrote this a few.
Jamie
years ago.
Wooten.
Jamie Wooten. This
Oh,
is a
okay.
poet.
Jamie Wooten.
Sure. Goldsboro, now Hollywood guy.
There you
Hollywood
go.
guy. Yeah. Wrote this a few years ago. It was one of their probably newest ones. Probably hasn't been out maybe like 3 years. And it's one of their comedies, and it's hilarious. It's funny. It's it's for anybody whose mother mother daughters would really appreciate this.
Mothers and daughters. Well, I can see that. Yeah,
So.
I can see that. So what part are you?
Mama.
You're a mama.
Mama.
So how does mama talk?
Mama talks like this. Yes, she does.
Gravy
She
and-
doesn't take no guff from no one, no how, no way.
And what part are you? Are you in it?
I'm the director.
You're the director.
I do have a small part at the end though.
Oh, okay.
So.
All right. So Mama, give us one of your favorite parts of the movie. What's going on? Not the movie, but the play. What's one of your favorite parts?
Well, one of the side trips is the Bra Museum.
Uh-huh.
You heard me, Bra, B-R-A, Museum.
Okay.
And Braziers through the years. And that's because I worked for 30 years in the Kimson Bra Factory outside Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
So braziers and undergarments are dear to my heart. And it made us who
Very
we
close to our
are.
heart.
Close to our heart.
Very close. Yes. So we couldn't pass this without stopping, which makes the rest of the people in the car not real happy with Mama. No.
What were some of the challenges you had in directing this organization?
Probably casting it and just
Casting?
getting the cast right and finding which one fit which character.
All
which
right, well, we know Sue's part is Mama, and I don't know if that's appropriate for Sue, but she's such a talented actress, player.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, well, you are. I've seen you in so many things, but who else is in the play?
We have Wanda Beckton playing Savannah, the daughter.
Right.
Anita Lanier plays the
Right.
perky bride-to-be. We have Gene McClendon. Also his wife, Debbie McClendon, is also in the show.
Okay, great.
Candy Smith, Blaine Smith,
Jimmy Martin.
Jimmy Martin.
What does Jimmy do?
Several things.
Uncle Ferd.
Uncle Ferd?
Uncle Ferd.
Uncle Ferd and.
What, did they misspell his name on the...
No, no.
That's his name, Ferd.
Uncle
Yeah,
Ferd.
yeah.
And then we have Blaine Smith playing Cousin Chicken.
Okay.
Harold Clay is also playing. He's Deputy Duggar.
Okay.
So we've got quite a large cast of people here.
Sounds like a large cast. And the play is on, what are the dates on the play?
March 25th and 26th.
Okay.
This is Saturday and Sunday.
Right.
Sunday matinee at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And the tickets are 15 and 12. 15 for adults.
12. Yeah.
Adults. And 12 for the seniors and children.
Seniors and children at 12.
And 7:30 Saturday night on the 25th.
Okay, on the 25th at 7:30 and matinee 3 o'clock on
o'clock.
Sunday.
Right here.
For those who are not familiar with Jamie Wooten, he's a Goldsboro native who has really made a mark in Hollywood with such shows as Golden Girls as a writer and producer,
And
right?
producer.
And also he did a show called Half and Half, and he's done many other things as well that he's been
Right.
quite successful there.
Yeah, they're very successful, and their shows are hilarious, and they're all around Southern family, traditions and things like that. So it's a great show. It's a great opportunity for people to come out and, like I said, have nice dinner here at one of the local eateries and come see a good show.
Yeah, and it is, as I said, it is a laugh a minute, and it is family friendly. As I said, anybody that has a mama
Understand?
will understand the
understand.
plight of the daughter and son-in-law. So
One more thing I want to mention about this play that's very important, and It is a fundraiser, actually.
Right.
Correct.
Tell me about it.
Yes, we would like to donate a portion of our proceeds to Cures for the Colors here in Goldsboro from Southern SMOC, we call it. So
right.
that's
Southeastern Medical
that's why
Oncology.
we're trying to get the word out there, and we would love to make a great donation to them.
Cures for the Colors is an organization that raising money for cancer, not cancer research,
No.
but to help.
To help the people that have expenses, to get to a doctor's appointments, you may need gas money, or you may have other bills that, because of the condition or the family's involvement, you get behind on some things. So anything that we can help them out with financially to make their lives and the lives of their families a little better, that's what they want.
That's a wonderful organization, and
Yes,
I
it is.
strongly support it, and I hope everyone out there does. So join us on the 25th and the 26th of March at 7:30 and 3 o'clock, respectively, for Mama Don't Fly.
Mama won't fly.
Mama won't fly. It's not that she don't, she won't.
Won't.
All right.
I have spoken.
Well, thank you, Mama.
Thank you.
All right, Greg
Thank you
Miller,
very
thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you very
I
much.
appreciate it. Sue,
Thank you
you dear.
again.
This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. We are back. Thank you for being with us. And a reminder that this program airs every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. And then it goes on again at noon. And then it goes on again at 5:30 p.m. And then that's it for that particular day. Except it runs again on the weekend, twice on Saturday, twice on Sunday. Just in case you missed something. And just in case you missed that, if you want, you can go to waynegov.com and click in the upper right-hand corner. You'll find our link to our YouTube channel. And you go to our YouTube channel and you can scout around then there and find out just about anything. We have everything recorded up there from, a lot of individual things like the Cooperative Extension Service, Cooking with Michelle. We got several of those in there, which is a lot of fun. And we've got several others as well, including all of our morning programs, our daily shows. We also have all of the we have the county commissioners, the board of commissioners meetings, all in our YouTube channel. There's a lot of stuff in there. Just go take a look, scout around, see what you can find. Okay? Okay. Yeah, it's waynegov.com. waynegov.com. In the upper right-hand corner, right about there, you'll see several links to our social media pages. Well, there's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Facebook. Check out the Facebook page. Wow, yeah. And then there's Snapchat or something like that. Is it Snapchat? Pinterest. Is it Pinterest? What are we doing? Something else in there. I'm not sure what it is. Check it out. And if you're real curious about it, go find out. What's special about today? Well, if you're real curious about it, today being a Thursday is the 23rd of the month. Here you go. It's National Puppy Day. Woo! Woof. Yes, I'm quoting now. Woof, woof. And unquote. Today is National Chia Day. You ever had a chia? Is this about Chia Pet? Huh? Chia Pet. Chia. National Chia Day. I don't get it. Anyway, it's also National Tamale Day, and it's Near Miss Day. Boy, I can relate to that one. It's also OK Day. The story goes that somebody said, well, where did OK come from? The story goes that back in the day, was it Martin Van Buren? I believe it was Martin Van Buren, who was from Kinderhook, New York. And they called him, his nickname was Old Kinderhook. I don't know. That was what they call him. You know, he could have been worse. But they call him Old Kinderhook, and that's where the OK came from. That's really a stretch. I don't believe that particular story, but that's one that's being bandied about. But there are others as well. Some actually go back to ancient Greece from where the OK came, but who knows? If you're that curious about it, look it up, okay? And then send me an email. That's wayne.alley@waynegov.com. wayne.alley@waynegov.com. Oh, yeah, sure you can. pat.garner, Garner, pat.garner at waynegov.com. Okay? Okay, here's our trivia question for today. Here's our trivia question for today. The category is something to do with Hollywood. Yeah, right. Not one of my favorite places either, but here you go. Back in the day, well, no, as a matter of fact, serious actors and players take their roles very seriously, some more seriously than others. And they will often change their own appearance to closely portray the person they're trying to portray. Such as they'll either gain weight or they'll lose weight or they'll change their appearance in some way. Such was the case with a young starlet in Hollywood some years ago who had to shave her eyebrows for a movie. And when the movie was done and over and done, well, there she was with no eyebrows and they wouldn't grow back. And she had to paint them on thereafter. Who was that famous starlet who shaved her eyebrows for a movie role? And I think she was asked to do that, or told she had to do that. And when the movie was over and was up and running and everything, the eyebrows did not grow back. Who was that starlet? That's the question. We'll have the answer for you in the next segment of the program, which is coming up next. And this time around, we're going to hear from our tax administrator, Alan Lumpkin, who paid a visit to the Senior Center the other day, paid a visit to the Senior Center to talk about the Homestead Exemption Act. He's going to tell you all about that up next on Wayne Goldsboro Television.
How are y'all today? We have special guests here to talk with you today. We have our tax administrator, Alan Lumpkin, and he's brought with him his listing supervisor, Amy Lancaster, and we welcome them. Thank you for coming. And they're going to talk to you about the homestead exemption for seniors and individuals with disabilities. And they're going to talk to you about saving some money possibly on your property tax. That's good news, right? We can always look for a way to save money. So Alan has, as a tax administrator, he has some good news for you, right? I'm going to turn it over to him and Amy. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Paula. I appreciate it. How's everybody doing this morning? Fine. Good. I'm glad y'all came today. Like Paula said, what we're going to try to talk about today, I'm not going to limit it to just exemptions. I want you to ask me questions that you have about property taxes. If you have any other questions about anything, just ask us, because we're here to, let you know. If I don't know, I'll find out and, get the answer for you. But the main reason is the exemption part of our program. This is a state program. It's all 100 counties, so no matter if you're in Wayne County, Johnson County, Duplin County, wherever you're at, this same program applies throughout other counties. So it's not limited to just Wayne County. There's several programs right now that's in place. The first one I'm going to talk about is the Senior Citizens Exemption / Disability Exemption Program. And what it says is if you're 65 or older or 100% disabled, that's the first tier. You have to meet that criteria first. If you're over both incomes combined. So if you're married, it's like your and your spouse's income cannot exceed $29,500. And that works on the disability part too. The disability part, if you're under 65 and you're 100% disabled, we have another form to fill out, and it just has to be certified by a physician that you are 100% disabled. If you meet all this criteria, what the reward is basically is that your tax value on your house. Say for instance, if your house and land is valued at $100,000, the law says you get $25,000 off or half, whichever is greater. So in the instance I gave, $100,000 value of your house and land, it would cut it in half. So it basically cuts your tax bill in half. It doesn't totally exempt you out, but it does give you a break to a certain extent. So are we clear about that one as far as that? Now let's go ahead and stop right there, and let's just ask some questions about this particular exemption program. Any questions on what I just went over? Y'all come on in.
You just said half of the house value, or?
It's either $25,000 or half the value, whichever is greater. Because in some instances, maybe if you have a single mobile home and land, it may be a $30,000 total value. Well, in that case, you get $25,000 because it's 25 or half, whichever is greater. So it's the greater of the two. Yes, sir.
You have life estate in it, are you considered the owner?
Very good question. The question was, if you have a life estate in your property, are you still considered the owner? In our office, you are, yes, sir. You have lifetime rights. You are the owner. You still get the tax bill, and you can qualify for this program as long as you live. Yes, sir. That's a very good question. What he's speaking of, some people in estate planning type, they may go ahead and deed their property off to their children or somebody, and they reserve what's called a life estate. That means they have lifetime rights until their death. At their death, this deed takes a hold or whatever, and it goes to whoever the remaindership goes to. So, but you still have controlling interest for your lifetime, and that would qualify for this program. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
This program that you're talking about now, how long has it been in existence? Well, what I'm asking, okay, like if you go down on William Street and you're doing your taxes and you get the senior exemption, is it the same as what you're talking about?
When you say William Street now, what are you referring
Or the
to?
courthouse is down here, you know, where you go.
That's where we're at. Yes, ma'am. That's where we're at. This is the same thing I'm talking about. Yes, ma'am. It is. And another thing, good question. If you've already applied for this program, you don't have to reapply each year. Once you're qualified, it stays in place unless something changes, unless your status changes. As far as if you, for instance, happen to go back to work and start making more income or something like that, then it would come off. But if nothing changes in your situation, it keeps going year after year. You don't have to reapply. Now, there is one caveat to that. We are required to audit all these exemptions during an 8-year cycle. And so you may get a letter from our office just saying you're in this program, you know, what is your current situation, and then you just fill out this questionnaire, and then, you know, it continues on. But we are required to audit these programs. So, but it does stay in place as long as once you're already qualified.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Other questions about this program? Yes, sir.
How old do you have to be before you're disabled?
Well, the disability, if you're 100% disabled, the age is not a factor. If you're 100% disabled, you can be 25. There's no age limitation if you're 100% disabled. If you're not disabled, you have to be 65 or older. So the disability part, you can be any age, as long as you're certified by a physician that you are 100% disabled.
91 would be pretty good.
That almost makes it, yes, sir. It does. It certainly does. Congratulations. Any other questions on this program? Amy, did I leave anything out?
How do you apply?
We actually have applications with us today, or either you can come by our office or call us. We'll be glad to mail them to you. Or that's what we brought some today, and that's why I brought Amy. She's the expert on this, and she can be glad to talk to any of you one-on-one if you need some help filling those out. It's not a complicated application. It's some generic information. The main important part is the income part. If you have to file income taxes, then we do require a copy of your income tax form to accompany this. If you don't, it's just a matter of giving us copies of the forms you received from the Social Security office and the different W-9s you received in January. It's just a matter of getting copies of those. But we'll be glad to talk to you after the class, and we have some applications with us today. Yes, sir.
Yes, is it pre-tax, the 29?
29.5.
Yeah, is that pre-tax or after tax?
Yes, that's gross income. That's the gross income for anything, like, for instance, you know, on your Social Security benefits, they deduct so much for your Medicare benefits, something like that. It's including that amount too. It's the total income is what's required right now. Good question. Any other questions on that one?
I have
Yes,
one.
ma'am.
If a person is connected with, I say you have a home place, parents are deceased, and the person, where the home is left for all the children. If we want that person that's, right, because everybody's out except one person, and nobody wants the house, you know, she's the only one that's gonna be in the house.
Right.
So she become 100% disabled. Will you all still look at the other siblings' income?
That's a very good question. Let me repeat the question. Basically, she was asking that if, say for instance, your parents are deceased and the property was left to all the children and one of the children resides in the house, how does that affect this program? And to answer that question, the income is not, it will be her income that would qualify because she's the one qualifying, so it would be just her income. However, since there's other owners of the property, even though they don't reside in it, it's left to the children, or if they're deceased, it could be their children possibly. It could be the heirs, whoever the heirs or the parents were. She may only qualify for a portion. It's limited to her ownership in the property. So if there's 5 people that own the property, then she would get 1/5 of the amount of discount. She wouldn't get the full amount of discount. She just gets just what percentage she owns in the property. That's a very good question. Any other questions about that one? Yes, ma'am.
What if you rent the house out?
If you rent the house out, then like I said before, you have to own the property and reside in the property. So you actually have to live there too. It has to be on your residence where you live. You have to own it and live in it. So that's a good question. They're all good questions. Y'all are doing good. All right. We're going to move on. Yes, ma'am. You have a question?
Yeah. I don't know how to ask it though.
Well, we'll figure it out. What you got?
I got a home here on Andrew Avenue, 1011.
Mm-hmm.
And I own it. I paid for it before I went in it. And I have 3 children. And I live there alone. And during that storm, I had some damage, but I didn't know how to go about reporting it. So I asked my daughter to do it. And, but I don't owe nothing on the house.
So your question is,
93 years old.
well, congratulations, first of all, for being 93 years old. So the question is the question basically is if your daughter reported this, who is supposed to contact you maybe? Is that who's?
My insurance I raised.
Okay.
I'm a country girl.
Me and you both. I live in Grantham, so. But yeah, you're correct. If you had homeowners insurance, they should be consulting with your daughter as far as taking care of that. So you should be okay on that. As far as the FEMA program, I'm not very familiar with that, but you'd have to talk to somebody in the planning office, Mr. Chip Crumpler. As far as the FEMA, if you're trying to get some kind of FEMA help, the Federal Emergency Management.
I won't ask them for no help. I'm going to leave the house.
But I'm sure your daughter's probably taking care of the insurance part of it, I would imagine.
I hope she is. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure she
I'm
is.
a country girl. I'm not on it.
I'm going to talk about another exemption we have, but think of your question. If you think of something else, we'll come back to that other one, okay? The next one I'm to talk about is the disabled veterans exemption. And on this one, you have to be a 100% disabled, honorably discharged veteran. Okay, I know I said a lot there. It's 100% disabled, honorably discharged veteran. In other words, with a service-connected injury. And the 100% is very important to this because a lot of people that have disabilities from the military, but they're a certain percentage. They're not 100%. Some are just 40%, 50%, stuff like that. So you have to be 100%. And this has to be verified by the VA. So there's a separate form for that verification. So that's very important. On this program, there is no income limit. In other words, there's not an income limit on this program. You can make any amount of money. There's no income restriction on this particular program. You do have to be a North Carolina resident and reside in your home just like the other one, just like the other program. But this one is just solely based on being a 100% disabled veteran. On this exemption, what the benefit of this exemption is, you basically get $45,000 off of the value of your property. So the other one was $25,000 or half, whichever is greater. This one's strictly just $45,000 across the board. So if you had a $100,000 house, they take $45,000 off, you're taxed on $55,000, which would be the balance. And this, again, we have the same application. It's basically the same application. It's just a different section of that you fill out for that particular one. Another thing, too, June 1st is the deadline each year. You can apply for these programs annually between January 1st and June 1st. So that gives you plenty of time to do your income taxes and all that kind of stuff. So there's plenty of time to get those applications in if you have not already done that, if you're interested in that.
And what date you think this is?
June 1st will be the deadline. It's anytime from January 1st through June 1st. And that's the annual law?
June the 1st?
Yes, ma'am.
Through what day?
No, it's January 1st through June 1st. June 1st is the deadline each year. So if you miss that, you have to wait till the next year. So it's January 1st through June 1st.
Okay.
And our tax bills usually go out sometime in August.
And you said if you're signed up already, you don't have to.
If you're getting exemption already, in fact, if you're not sure if you're getting or not, if you look at your tax bill from last year, it should have it on there. You'll have a full taxable value, then it'll have an exemption amount, and then it'll have the net value. So you can sort of look on your tax form, or you can call us. We'll be glad to verify it for you. But if you're already in the program, then you should be fine. Unless you get a letter or something from us, you're good. And again, if you're not sure, just give us a call. We'll be glad to verify it for you. On the military, the veterans exemption, any questions on that one? Now there is one part of that if you are a military veteran, disabled veteran, and you have a specially adapted house, sometimes the VA will come in and adapt houses. If you're restricted to a wheelchair or something like that, they will actually come in and adapt your house. They will lower the counters and widen the doors for the restrooms and stuff like that. If you've had that done to your property, that also it results in the same exemption also. So I think we may have about 12 to 15, I think, last time I checked of those in the county. But we know most of those. Usually they report those to us.
What, would you consider, like, if you have a house sitting in this area, but you have extra land property, could that be considered as part of the exemption?
Very good question. An example of that is, say, for instance, you live in the country, like me and this lady over here used to. And if you live in the country and you had a 100-acre farm, you had a house on that 100-acre farm, and if you had 100 acres, 99 acres you farmed, and an acre was for the home site. This is restricted to your house and the lot it sits on. So the exemption on your applies to what we call the home site. The extra acres would not be in this program. It'd just be the house and the land it sits on. Usually it's around an acre we break out for that. But that's a very good question. Because a lot of people have excess land. And like, say, if you had 2 or 3 lots and you had a house on one of them, it would be restricted to just the lot and house that you reside on. The other 2 lots it would not affect. Very good questions. Yes, sir.
The DA has a lot of different versions of that 100% you're talking about.
They do.
Now, what is a 70-30?
A 70-30?
Yes.
I'm not familiar with that 70-30, but I'll
70% is what you call, let's call it disability.
okay.
30% you can, all VA help doctors and things.
For the health benefits. In that case, as far as our program, the 70% is what we're looking at.
But your paper says for 100%.
What paper is that?
That you get from your VA.
Right. But
You're awarded 100%.
you're awarded 100%. But what we can do now, we'll be glad to check with the VA. You can check with the office next door, but we have to send this to Winston-Salem, and that's where they verify this 100% at. And they know the rules of this statute, so it depends on what they send back to us. If they send back 100%, then you're 100%. So again, I'm not sure about that 30% deal, but we'll be glad to try it for you if you're not in the program. Any other questions? How about just questions in general about property taxes or anything like that as far as Wayne County? Any questions at all we can help? Yes, sir.
One other question, that just came to mind. Does this 29.5, does it ever go up?
It does. Good question. It increases a little bit. When I first started here, when they first started this program, I think it was like maybe 18,000 or 17,500 or something like that. And that's been years ago. They do increase it. I wouldn't say annually, but it does go up a little bit periodically, and it's based on the cost of living increase. So it does change, yes, sir. It has increased over the years. My opinion hadn't increased like it should, because basically 29.5 is if you got medical bills and stuff like that, that's a limited income, but it is the gross amount too. So I'm not sure. This is a state law, so your legislators are the one that dictate this. So if you think it should be higher, or if you have an ear to your legislators, I encourage you to talk to them about that as far as getting that income limit raised. But currently it does. It is the 29.5, and it does change a little bit, but it's usually not a lot. Good question. All right. Yes, ma'am.
You had said if we weren't sure of our status with the program you're talking about, that we could ask you and you would check into it.
We sure will.
If we ask you today and give our name and whatnot, can you get back to us?
We sure can. We got some pads up here. We'll get your name and phone number. We'll be glad to verify it for you.
Thank you.
And give you a call back. Sure will. Amy, anything you'd like to throw in? Amy, like I said, Amy deals with this on a daily basis, and she sees a lot of the stuff I don't see. So I'm not sure if there's anything you can see that you might want to share. I don't know of anything. I think we covered everything for the most part. Paula, you got any questions?
They had some great questions.
Yes,
I mean,
very good questions.
So I've learned a lot from their questions and your answers and everything. Everybody feel satisfied with, I mean, you gave some great answers. Thank you for being so informative. Is there anything else you wanted to add, or?
I don't know of anything unless you have any questions. I mean, as far as the tax office, we are in the courthouse, and we have some cards here with us. We'll be glad to give you a card or whatever. You have questions, we're there 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, so feel free to give us a call.
And you said you have applications today.
We do. In fact, once they finish, if you want to step over, Amy and myself will be glad to talk to you individually if you'd rather do that, and hand out applications if you need one or whatever. And we want to get your information too to make sure we check on yours. All right.
Well, I so appreciate you taking your time today, and I know you're very busy, tax time and stuff, to come and talk with us and give us the information. I think it was very informative. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I've learned a lot myself that hopefully I can share with seniors as they come through and have questions as well.
That's a good point. What y'all learned today, share with your neighbors that aren't here. I know you see people coming and going daily, so share this with them if you will. A lot of times people don't even know it's out there. We try to put it in the paper, we advertise, but a lot of people, they don't get the word out. So y'all tell your neighbors and friends about this program. Any county that it went, yes ma'am. All 100 counties have the same program. It's a state mandated program. So any 100 counties, the same exists in all counties. Yes ma'am. Sure does.
And tell them to watch Channel 10 for the
That's right.
recording it, and they can hear the questions again.
Sure, certainly. Thank y'all so much for having us.
Thank you.
This is a Thursday. It is Thursday here at Wayne Goldsboro Television, and a lot of other places too. Yep. Well, now, looky here. If you like fish, if you like fried fish, coleslaw, potato salad, and hush puppies, here you go. The Wayne Shrine Club's Spring Fish Fry kicks off Friday, April 7th. So we've got a little over a week, right? Yeah, it's a week from tomorrow. Is that a week from tomorrow? No, it's 2 weeks from tomorrow. 2 weeks from tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 24th. Anyway, 2 weeks from tomorrow, we're all going to go eat fish. How's that? That works for me. Each plate is $8. I usually give them $10. That's a couple of bucks. And not everybody can do that. I can't always do that, but if I can, I will. Give them a couple of bucks extra. It all goes to the Shriners. It's a good cause. In Goldsboro, you can drive through Herman Park and just sit in your car and just tell them how many boxes you want. You want 20 or 30 orders of fish, or one, yeah. And they'll bring it out to you, and then it's $8 a plate. Fried fish, coleslaw, potato salad, hush puppies. Now, if you're eating in, if you want to eat in and with your friends and take a whole bunch of people with you, head over to Herman Park Center. Herman Park Center. And you go in, you eat, and you can actually buy dessert off of the dessert table, and you'll get a glass of tea and some ice water with that. That's always good. And again, $8 a plate. Now everything starts up at 11 o'clock and goes till 7 p.m. excuse me, scratch that. Everything starts up at 11 o'clock and goes till 2 p.m. for lunch. And then they take a break and they crank up again at 4 o'clock for dinner and go to 7 p.m. from 4 to 7. So 11 to 2 and 4 to 7, you get to enjoy delicious fish and help the Shriners all at the same time. Everybody wins here. Now, if you're a business owner or a manager, here's a great idea for you. Buy lunch for everybody at work. How's that? Now, if you have 100 people there, if you have 500 people there, that's okay. That's okay. Goodwill, good morale, it'll help. If you have 10 people there, if you have 2 people there, that's okay. Buy lunch for them. $8 a plate, or $10 a plate. But do that, okay? All right? And they'll have enough. Yeah, they'll have it ready for you. Now, if you're in the southern part of Wayne County, you can go into Mount Olive there on Highway 55, right across from Mount Olive Center, which is the Food Lion and the Roses, and right next to Robert's Machine Shop there. They also have a drive-through at that location. Do not worry about being tied up in traffic at the drive-through. There's a little bit of stop and go, but man, they have you in and out just in no time at all. Yeah, they're quick. They've been doing this a long time, and they're good at it. They know what they're doing. And the food is delicious. So take advantage of it. Enjoy the fish. Help the Shriners out. They can always use your help. Always use your help. They do so much for the community. We'll have George or somebody from the Shriners back in here telling us more about that a little later on. You know, they got guys in there called road runners. Now, what could they do? We'll find out. Yeah, we'll get them in here and talk about what the road runners are and what they do and how they help children from Wayne County. Yeah. All right, good. Now, here's the answer to today's trivia question. What young starlet back in the day had to shave her eyebrows for a movie role, and after the movie was all over and said and done and everything is in the can, her eyebrows would not grow back, and they never did. And she ended up having to paint eyebrows on to continue her career in show business. Her name, from Jamestown, New York, is Lucille Ball. Yeah, that happened to Lucille Ball. She had to paint her eyebrows on. Imagine that. And I think that was probably before tattooing eyebrows became the thing to do. Anyway, that's the answer to today's trivia question. That's right. We're going to do this again tomorrow. I hope you're able to join us. If they'll let us in the building, we'll start it up about 7 o'clock, so please join us then. So until tomorrow, and remember to always wear your seatbelt because seatbelts save lives. Until tomorrow, I'm Wayne Alley, and this is Wayne Goldsboro Television.